My name is Sayla, and I've been a home healthcare nurse for 8 years. I thought I'd seen everything until the Chen family hired me. She's been like this for 6 months, Diana Chen told me, gesturing to her mother lying motionless in the hospital bed. Complete vegetative state after the stroke. The doctors say there's no hope of recovery. I looked at the woman in the bed, Patricia Chen, age 58 according to her chart. Her eyes were closed, breathing steady through the oxygen mask. What exactly do you need from me? I asked. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, Diana said. Monitor her vitals, manage medications, keep her comfortable. We're getting 24-hour care eventually, but for now, we need coverage during the day while I'm at work. I can do that, I replied. When do you want me to start? Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock? Perfect, I'll see you then. The next morning, Diana let me in and showed me around. Her medications are here, vitals log is here, emergency numbers are posted on the fridge, she said rapidly. I have to leave for work now. You'll be fine alone, right? Absolutely, I assured her. I've handled much more complex cases. Great, I'll be back at 1. Diana grabbed her purse and headed for the door. Oh, and Sayla? Sometimes Mom makes sounds or movements. The doctors say it's just involuntary muscle spasms. Don't let it alarm you. Understood? The moment the front door closed, I heard a voice from the bedroom. Finally, that girl never shuts up. I froze. The voice was clear, strong, and definitely coming from Mrs. Chen's room. I walked slowly to the bedroom doorway. Patricia Chen was sitting up in bed, oxygen mask pushed aside, stretching her arms. Mrs. Chen? I whispered. She looked directly at me. Surprised? Don't just stand there. Come in and close the door. My heart was pounding. You're awake. You can move. You can talk. Obviously, she said, rolling her eyes, and you're going to keep your mouth shut about it. But your daughter thinks you're in a coma. The doctors are idiots who see what they expect to see, Patricia interrupted. I had a minor stroke. Minor. But Diana saw an opportunity, and honestly, so did I. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. An opportunity for what? Money, sweetheart. Disability benefits, insurance payouts, my husband's life insurance that I couldn't access before because of the prenup. Diana's collecting payments for my care, I'm getting benefits, and neither of us has to work. It's perfect. This is fraud, I said. This is illegal. Patricia's expression hardened. And who's going to believe you? A nurse with student loans and credit card debt? I've seen your financial records. Diana does background checks on all our staff. You investigated me? Of course. And here's what's going to happen, she said coldly. You're going to come here, log my vitals like a good little nurse, collect your paycheck, and keep your mouth shut. Because if you don't, Diana's lawyer will bury you. We'll say you tried to extort us, threatened to falsify records, maybe even harmed me. Your nursing license? Gone. Your career? Destroyed. You can't do this, I protested. I just did. Now get out there and make it look like you're working. Diana has cameras in the living room and kitchen. I spent the rest of that shift in shock, going through the motions. When Diana came home, I smiled and gave my report like nothing had happened. But that night, I called my sister. Emma, I need your advice, I said. I'm in serious trouble. Let me get this straight, Emma said over the phone. The supposedly comatose patient threatened you? She's faking the whole thing, I explained. The daughter's in on it. They're collecting insurance money and disability benefits. Sayla, this is healthcare fraud. You need to report this. She threatened to destroy my career if I say anything. Said they'd claim I tried to extort them. Then you need evidence, Emma said firmly. Real evidence that proves they're scamming the system. Do you have any? Not yet, but I'm going back tomorrow. Be careful. These people sound dangerous. The next morning, I arrived with my phone in my scrub pocket, recording app ready. Diana greeted me at the door. Good morning, Sayla. Same routine as yesterday? Yes, ma'am, I replied professionally. She left at 9:15. At 9:20, Patricia called out, Nurse, I need you in here. I entered the bedroom, phone recording in my pocket. Good morning, Mrs. Chen. Don't good morning me, she snapped. Did you think about what I said yesterday? I did, I answered carefully. I'm just wondering, how long are you planning to keep this up? She laughed. As long as the money keeps coming. Diana and I have pulled in over 200,000 so far. Insurance, disability, my late husband's policy. Why would we stop? What about the doctors? They examine you. Please, I take sedatives before appointments, stay limp, keep my eyes unfocused. They see a stroke victim in a vegetative state, because that's what the chart says. Confirmation bias, sweetheart. And you're not worried about getting caught? By who? You? Patricia smirked. You're going to keep quiet because you're smart. Smart people don't throw away their careers for nothing. I kept her talking. Does anyone else know? Diana's husband suspects, but he's too weak to do anything. My sister asks too many questions, so we cut her off from visits. Otherwise, it's just me, Diana, and now you. What if I did report you, hypothetically? Her eyes turned cold. Then Diana's lawyer, Marcus Sheffield, ever heard of him? Would bury you in lawsuits. By the time we're done, you'd wish you'd kept your mouth shut. I left that day with a recording of her entire confession. That evening, I called a lawyer. Not Marcus Sheffield, but Sarah Rodriguez, a friend from college who specialized in healthcare law. Sarah, I need help, I said. What's going on, Sayla? I explained everything and sent her the recording. This is solid, Sarah said after listening. But we need more. Can you get video? She threatened me. I'm scared. I understand, but if we're going to stop them, we need irrefutable proof. I'm also going to contact Detective Mike Torres. He handles insurance fraud cases. 2 days later, I went back with a pen camera clipped to my scrubs. This time, I had questions ready. Mrs. Chen, I'm curious. How did you convince the insurance doctors? Easy, she boasted, clearly enjoying explaining her scheme. Diana found doctors who do quick evaluations. I practiced for weeks. How to keep my eyes still, how to control my breathing. The first doctor declared me vegetative, and every doctor after that just confirmed the original diagnosis. Impressive, I said, keeping my voice neutral. I know, right? Diana handles all the paperwork. We've got this system down to a science. The pen camera captured everything. Her moving, talking, even walking around the room when she thought I was in the bathroom. After that shift, I met with Detective Torres. Ms. Davis, this is excellent work, he said, reviewing the footage. We'll need to coordinate with the insurance companies and build our case carefully. Can you continue working there for a few more days? Do I have to? It would help, but we'll move quickly, I promise. 1 week later, I arrived for my shift as usual. Diana seemed nervous. Sayla, we need to talk, she said at the door. About what? My mother's condition. I think we should reduce your hours. Budget constraints. I knew what this meant. They were getting suspicious. Actually, Diana, I think we need to talk about something else, I said calmly. What do you mean? I mean your mother's miraculous recovery whenever you leave the house. Diana's face went pale. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do, and so do the police waiting outside. On cue, Detective Torres and 2 officers walked up the driveway. Diana Chen, Torres said, we have a warrant to search the premises and questions about insurance fraud. This is insane, Diana shouted. Sayla, what did you do? I documented the truth, I replied. We all entered the house. Patricia was in bed, playing her part perfectly, eyes closed, breathing even. Mrs. Chen is in a vegetative state, Diana insisted. This is harassment. Detective Torres nodded to me. I walked to Patricia's bedside. Mrs. Chen, I know you can hear me, I said clearly. The police have recordings and video of you walking, talking, and confessing to insurance fraud. You can keep pretending, or you can make this easier on yourself. Silence. Torres stepped forward. Patricia Chen, we have evidence of you faking a medical condition to defraud insurance companies of over $200,000. We have video footage, audio recordings, and witness testimony. You can cooperate now, or we can do this the hard way. Slowly, Patricia's eyes opened. I want my lawyer. That's your right, Torres said. Diana Chen, you're also under investigation for conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. This is entrapment, Diana screamed. She tricked us. Actually, I said, I documented crimes you were already committing. That's called evidence. Torres began reading them their rights while officers searched the house, finding documents, financial records, and prescription medications Patricia had been hoarding to use during doctor visits. You ruined everything, Patricia hissed at me. No, I replied. You ruined everything when you chose to commit fraud and threatened an innocent person to cover it up. Within an hour, both Patricia and Diana were arrested. The evidence was overwhelming. My recordings, videos, their financial records showing the fraudulent payments, and testimony from insurance investigators. As they were led away in handcuffs, Diana turned to me. I'll sue you for everything. Sarah, who had arrived to support me, stepped forward. Try it. My client has done nothing wrong. You, on the other hand, are facing multiple felony charges. Detective Torres shook my hand. You did the right thing, Miss Davis. Most people would have walked away. I couldn't let them keep stealing and threatening people, I said. The insurance companies will want statements, and you'll need to testify. But you're a hero here. I didn't feel like a hero. I felt exhausted and relieved. 3 months later, I sat in Sarah's office while she reviewed the final documents. It's over, Selah, she said, smiling. Patricia and Diana both took plea deals this morning. What were the sentences? I asked. Patricia got 5 years in federal prison for insurance fraud, conspiracy, and making false statements. Diana got 4 years plus 3 years probation. They also have to pay back every cent, $243,000 total. I exhaled deeply. I still can't believe they actually tried to intimidate me into silence. Criminals always underestimate honest people, Sarah said. They thought threatening your career would work. It almost did. I was terrified. But you didn't back down. You gathered evidence, followed proper channels, and brought down a major fraud operation. The insurance companies are grateful. They're actually sending you a reward for exposing the fraud. A reward? I asked, surprised. $20,000. It's standard in cases like this, where citizen cooperation prevents ongoing losses. I couldn't believe it. That's amazing. Sarah leaned back in her chair. You know what the best part is? Patricia's medical license for her consulting work was revoked. Diana lost her job, and they're both banned from receiving any government benefits for 10 years after release. Good. They don't deserve sympathy after what they did. Agreed. Oh, and remember how Patricia threatened that her lawyer would bury you? Marcus Sheffield, right? Right. Well, turns out he had no idea they were committing fraud. When he found out, he dropped them immediately and reported them to the state bar for trying to use his reputation to intimidate you. I laughed for the first time in months. So her big threat was empty? Completely empty. She was counting on you being too scared to call her bluff. I almost was, I admitted. Sarah's expression turned serious. Selah, you saved the healthcare system a fortune and stopped criminals who would have kept scamming for years. You should be proud. I am. I'm also relieved it's over. It is. You can move on now. Keep working as a nurse, and never think about the Chen family again. I stood to leave, then turned back. Sarah, Thank you for believing me and helping me through this. That's what friends are for. Besides, it was a fascinating case. Fake coma for insurance fraud? That's a new one even for me. We hugged, and I left her office feeling lighter than I had in months. Outside, I called Emma. Hey, it's done, I told her. They both got prison time, have to pay everything back, and I'm getting a reward from the insurance companies. Sayla, that's incredible. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of me too. I could have walked away, kept quiet, collected my paycheck. But you didn't. You did the right thing even when it was scary. Yeah, I did. So what now? Emma asked. Now? I keep being a nurse, keep helping people who actually need it, and remember that doing the right thing isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. As I walked to my car, I thought about everything that had happened. Patricia and Diana had tried to intimidate me into silence, threatened my career, and assumed I'd be too scared to fight back. They were wrong. Have you ever discovered someone faking a medical condition? What would you have done in my situation? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.